Oh,
Hi.
hi. Welcome everyone to join us in this classroom program of the Friendly Fire by Print Matter. Um, so we're very happy to share one of our project here. We are ZINE COOP from Hong Kong. I'm Renee. Now I'm in Vancouver, and then we have Beatrix and Forrest in Hong Kong. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. So today we're going to share one of our very significant project. The name is called Burning Issues. We've been collecting zines around the world since ZINE COOP established. Um, and okay. And why we name our collection Burning Issues is because the world is burning. Since 2019, we started to see a lot of wildfires, protests, and clashes around the world. We'll later share more about our collection and the artworks that we have. So maybe Forrest or Beatrix can introduce to the audience who we are.
Hi, this is Forrest from ZINE COOP. Yeah, I'm one of the founders of ZINE COOP. ZINE COOP is an independent publishing collective based in Hong Kong since 2017. We operate, this says we operate, but I really think that we are not so operational. We just a few, I would say at 2017, we are a few friends who love scenes that we want to like consolidate together to know more about each other doings. And we also want to like to promote the independent publishing culture by sharing and also by introducing more scenes. And I want to, especially for me, I want to dig into the creative, the zinesters, or to investigate on how many people are actually doing things in Hong Kong. After that, we opened a social media platform. We participated at book fairs, especially the overseas one. And I want to state that at that time, Hong Kong still have low art book fairs of its own. And we also participated or organized exhibitions. You can see from this photo is from 2019. It was in Macau. That was our first largest exhibition showcasing the scenes we have been collected. And there are several hundred or 100 scenes we have been collected, and they are all from Hong Kong. And we also host some workshops as well. And occasionally we do some talks to share the ideas of independent publishing with designers in town or scene makers in town. Also, we also do some scene consignments to sell them in our book fairs. But in the pandemic times, we can only sell them online. We have a shop, we have an online shop in the internet. Yeah, and we also archive and research some scenes as well. We have collected a lot of Hong Kong scenes, and we categorize them, and like we may provide some scenes to some local institutes like Amidst for them to archive as well. Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So started in June 2019. As you can see on the news, that it was the turning point of the ongoing protests in Hong Kong. It was all started by an establishment of a law in Hong Kong and people trying to protest it. So in our process in collecting Hong Kong scenes, we found that at that time there's a lot of self-publication circulating online or during the protests on the street. So we were trying to categorize the stuff that we collected in these following sections. So the first one, we have response, explanation, and informative. The second one, we have documentary. The third one, we have emotional support. We have journal and also others. So we're going to share and show you some of the example. It is also the start of the huge expansion of our collection, of our existing collection. Um, we think maybe because the protests or the movement was something that is unpredictable to a lot of people, especially to Hong Kongers. Therefore, we can see a lot of explanation type of material circulating around. You can see on the left on the screen the cover of Two Hands. It was actually a scene published by some local organization about what you have to prepare if you are going to be in jail. There is also some law or some basic knowledge or some something about how Hong Kong people to face the unseen and escalating circumstances in Hong Kong. So maybe I'll pass to Forrest to tell us more about some other collections.
Yeah, thanks, Renee.
Mm.
Actually, I'm not maybe a key person that I want to collect as many as scenes I see during the protest as I want. I can collect them from the streets, from from the online platform like Telegrams. When I see some booklet or PDF or something else, I may print them out to make it a scene. And also, I will collect them through my zinester friends as they respond very quickly during the protest because everybody respond very quick because the situation is worsening very fast. You can see like the Dear Travelers is anonymous scenes from nobody we download, somebody we download. I load this in through Telegram and I pin it out, and it's circulated during the occupation of the airport at the early period of the protest. And the latest the love oh, sorry, the top right corner of the scene is from one of our friends who draw comics. He is very much uh, 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 know very well about Catalonia because he lived there before. So he compared, because people often compared the independence thing between this and that. So I want to keep it short. And you can see the bottom maybe some lyrics, lyrics about Liu song that people sing during the protest. Is a people say it's a lesson to Hong Kong song, something like that. And there's another scene about how you know about yourself when you get arrested. Like you should do that, you should not do that, something like that. Yeah, we can go next.
Okay.
Yeah, these are very early scenes that have been collected. They are like the earliest ones because that incident happened in June. One of my friends draw a comic because she was in UK to respond or to tell more, to let people who are not in Hong Kong to know more about what's happening actually in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's the upper one. The lower one is this is from a Hong Konger who go out, and this is like an instruction manual for people to keep safety from a lot of like tear gas or how to protect themselves. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. This series is from 6 a.m. group. They're like, these scenes are interesting, particularly interesting because they are like the documentation of the protests since June, and they publish them monthly. You can see, yeah, each month they publish one new scenes. They documented about the movements, how's it going on. I think it's particularly interesting and precious to do this because the information is massive. Yeah. And this is also another documentation of the movement. It's more like a journal. Yeah, I particularly like it because of its pagination, the design, and the photographs. They are used very good. As Renee introduced, there are several categories of the scenes, and here comes another one, which is about the emotions, right? Some of our friends, like who going out, like being traumatized, right? Traumatized. They're very bad in mentality. So I think these scenes are quite necessary for people who feel alone, who feel heartbroken. Yeah, and these scenes are like a healing, right? To 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 each other, to themselves, to especially at those moments you have no time to take care of your emotions until you notice it. So I think these scenes are very important. Yeah. Also from another friends of me, and these scenes are about, apart from yourself, you have to take care of your family relationship also, and you have to relax in a way, not very relaxed, but you have to take a short break from these very tense times. So these things I feel is very good to do this. Yeah. This one is also the same category. Is about how to take care of your little hearts. What I want to mention is these pictures is about Cantonese songs, a famous female singer who made like a very good song to comfort people. Yeah, and this illustrator illustrates it. Yeah. This is like another category of the scenes we collected. It's from a local group, Pop and Saber. They are very special because they live in Hong Kong for a long time, but they are not native Chinese. They are Indians, and they are very concerned about the social movements, and they use things to respond. I know them online actually, and I feel like wow, they are very amazing. So I asked them, yeah, should I collect them? Could I collect them from you? And they send a few copies to us, and we distribute them. And I find them particularly amazing because they make use of the very good design to relate to different parts of the protest we witnessed. Like this Hong Kong Way is about the protesters hand in hand. So this scenes is made very accurate and make use of the design very good to illustrate. Yeah. And then we go to the next part, right?
So with the scenes that Forrest just introduced, they are just a small part from the big collection. I think we have been collected more than 100 scenes so far, probably nearly 200 now. And only those are made in Hong Kong. And to ZINE COOP, it is, we have never expected that there are zinesters, like that many zinesters in Hong Kong, as well as that many scenes. So I think we have been observed the phenomenon during the protest, during the social movement in 2019, that people found not only found their tools not only on the internet by sending messages through different channels, but also they also make good use on printed matter. And Zine creates Zine create a space for them to
to be able to express their voices through different formats or different kind of materials, but they are all in a printed way. And for the Freedom High Zine collection, the map that we have just seen is a cross-country exhibition. So starting from Hong Kong, and starting the Zine collection from Hong Kong, and our first exhibition was actually launched in the overseas, where is Renee's residing, the city where Renee is residing, Vancouver. So many people, they knew about Vancouver. For Hong Kong people is familiar because after handover in 1997, a lot of Hong Kong people, they have been moving to Vancouver all the way from Hong Kong because of certain concern on the political constraints and also the freedom of speeches. And so we are lucky to have the support from one of our publishing friends. They borrow us space to do our first exhibition. And besides Vancouver, the zines had been exhibited in other places in North America and also in several cities in Asia, like Taiwan, Taipei, Tainan, Malaysia, and this picture, which shows the forest there, he was in Okinawa, and the space is actually supported by one of our friends. He just organized an art book fair in Okinawa, and and here we can see since 2019 summer, the whole collection has been traveled to all these cities from North America, Asia, Europe, and where is it?
Australia as well.
as Pacific, then back to Hong Kong. So the traveling experience has never been really stopped till recent. We are still receiving invitations from different institutes around the world. And there are zines. The zines that we have collected are, we actually not only wanted to show in Hong Kong, but also we hope that all these materials can be archived and restored in archives or different libraries. So this, in Hong Kong, that we have Asia Archive, and then in London, there's Tate Library, and also Toronto OCAD Zine Library. They have also been collected our zines. And in 2019, we have been invited by art space in Vancouver called Center A. And by this occasion, because we have been collected these different kind of scenes about social movement, and that's at the same time we also received different materials sending from different places. And so this is our first collection of the social movement scenes, or maybe I should say not only about social movement, but about all different kinds of social resilience or struggles in their local communities or in their own countries. And there are scenes from Japan, from Taiwan, from Indonesia, Thailand, and Indonesia, Macau. And so these are our first collection besides the collection, the Freedom High Zine collection that we have been collected. And then we have set up an exhibition called Chapters Across the Pacific at showing and did a showcase in the Center A during October. And after that, since we already had a small collection from the international social movement scenes, and which give us a chance to think about how is actually the world after a year, like coming to 2020. And it seems the world is still burning, as Renee's just mentioned, and doesn't really stop. And so that encouraged us to keep collecting zines from all over the world, particularly focus on different social issues and their local voices about their struggles in their countries or in their cities. And that becomes our next chapter of the zine collection, which is called Burning Issues. And so Burning Issues right now, in our record, we have been collected close to 200 now, I think. So altogether from the Hong Kong collection and then from the Burning Issues collection, we are coming close to 300. And there are more than 100 zinesters we have met online mostly. And because they send us emails, they send us mail, like puzzles with their scenes. And we are lucky enough to present their scenes through showing the Burning Issues collection. And here are some of our scenes in our collections. They are from Indonesia, from Philippines, and one is from Taiwan. And
maybe this one
is the US,
yeah,
right? This one is sent
actually
sent by one of our friends, right?
Yeah.
Because he was one of the contributor in the scenes. And from these 4 publications, we can see they all have each different reflections about the local situations. For example, the left one, police violence and accident, is a scene that's from Indonesia, from an Indonesian zinester. And so it seems police violence is not only happening in Hong Kong or in the US, but also in many cultures. The left one is Copuyet, is scenes made by it is like a journalistic style zine, and which has collected essays and images about drug addicts that were being unfortunately treated or killed on the street. And it is a very heartbroken works. And the green one, it was from one of our friends. He sent us with these scenes through internet, and then we printed out with the PDF. And this is scenes, a collection of essays as well, and some images that shows different tactics of how you should do protest in, especially for people of color in different situations. Yep. And the last one is actually more than a scene. It is a book. And this publication, it was published in Taiwan by independent publishers. And they already stopped this magazine, I could say, is already stopped, continue to publish. They had been published 4 issues, and this issue we have collected is about the protest, which they published after the
Sunflower movement.
The sunflower movement in Taiwan. That it was in 2016 or earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah. The one, this one or the other one, Renee?
Oh, okay.
Okay. So coming back to this picture, there's me and Forrest in the picture, and the middle one is our respected friend, publisher from Seoul. He runs the Book Society in Seoul, and this space is actually our first exhibition of the burning issue, which was happened in the art book fair.
Exactly 1 year ago, yeah.
In at Daegun, an art institute in Hong Kong, and we are privileged to have this chance to be invited by the institute to show, and they are there to show these materials, which are actually, the timing was still, the protest was still going on when we were showing, we are all doing the art book fairs here inside, but they're outside, tear gas, police running around, and some of us are so worried that we might not be able to leave the book fair. Anyway, and so in this exhibition, we have tried to divide it to kind of two sections, which to present those basically the two big collection that we have been that we had, the Freedom High, I mean the Hong Kong collection, and then the Hong Kong collection is, we try to display on the palettes rack and make it as a rack. Everything are DIY. And then with the material at the back, the background, there are the cones and everything. We almost found everything on the street, and we just put it right in the space. So we hopefully we want to create this atmosphere that things, not only the movement, the social, the protest, and ourselves, and the whole energy are all synchronizing of what's happening in the streets. And so the other part, the international collections, which from the burning issues, they are actually all open calls, and we have tried to place all the materials that we have received until the day of the exhibition, and actually we still keep receiving them from time to time. And so meeting Lim in the exhibition was the chance that Lim was also one of the exhibitors in the book fair. And after that, he came to us and explaining that he is still making a documentary about the culture of art book fairs, and also the culture of art book making. So there are people who make art books or make independent publications, and also how do they make it. And so he invited to be one of interviewees in to participate in the documentary. And this film should be showing this year in different channels. We don't know where, but yes,
stay tuned.
He is working hard on that. And but with the chance that and also the belief, the trust that we have from Lim, and he in close to end of 2020, when the pandemic is still still going on, still viral, still
viral, yeah, maybe, yeah.
And ZINE COOP has been enjoying every trip, every journey that we can have, traveling to different cities to participate book fairs. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, so one of the most important activities for ZINE COOP has suddenly stopped because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so we thought, okay, that's end of the world, because we have no longer see our friends who we usually will meet in the book fair or meeting new friends. And we thought, okay, how are we going to still, showing our material? And then Lim came with an invitation of he was actually preparing exhibition that is exactly focused on the social movement in mainly about Asia, but also he invited some overseas exhibitors, and it's called Publishing as Method. Publishing as Method, yes. And we are one of the exhibitors. And with this occasion, we want to show the burning issue again in another setting, and especially to the Korean audience. And so we especially made this poster that we saw, and the eight Chinese character, they put together, reading from the left vertically, and then so it means the brothers are climbing mountain, and we all doing our best. These words we have been circulating.
It's
we have
been widely used during the protest to say to each other, because we are doing our best and cheer up each other.
And also because we see the mountains, but everybody use their own method. So it's the same meaning, a symbolic meaning that is actually echo to the theme of Lim's exhibition. Publishing as method. And for us, publishing is one part of the activism, and doing protests with your own method, and making scenes is also one of the methods. So everybody are climbing the mountain, but we use all different kinds of methods.
We can see it in the worldwide.
You can choose your own method, and everybody can choose their different methods. And making scenes or doing our own publications is one of the methods.
Can we go next?
And the table. Can we
see the mountains?
So yes, because I am so strongly affected or inspired by this 8 characters, by this slogan, by this power of this very emotional power from these 8 words. And so we came up the title, kind of like a subtitle or like a slogan for as a message to explain to the Korean audience. Hopefully they could understand, because at some point we can share the Chinese character, the Han culture from reading. And then on the table we actually brainstormed with Lim, since he knew that we have all these many different scenes, and he thought, okay, what kind of table that would be good to be able to display everything. And then I came up the idea, okay, what about ping pong table? So ping pong table is, as we know, is a space for 2 persons to exchange the balls, right? To exchange
ping pong
experience of playing. So we think it's also create another symbolic meaning at some point for the burning issue collection, or for the open call, that we send out the message and we hopefully get back receive all the feedbacks from all scenes or whatever we can get. And so ping pong table, which actually create an interesting indication for the show, that we could use the space on the table to show these materials that we have that are like our feedbacks. And since this is our first overseas exhibition from the burning issues, and every material we got, there are only 1 or 2 issues, so we are afraid that they will be get lost or being destroyed or whatever. And so we have tried very hard to replicate each of them almost, right? We use 2 days at least, only two,
not
only
not
2
only
days,
2
right?
days.
Not only 2 days. Anyway, it's a number of days to reproduce everything from scanning and then print it by ourselves and then binding and cutting.
Yeah, literally we are reproducing the scenes, but
Right.
not exactly the same, like a weaker one.
A weaker one.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, we try our best. And yeah, because for us, all these materials are so precious, and we don't want them to get any lost or damage. And we try our best to protect them so that the everything could be still able to keep circulating, hopefully. And
yeah, and they will go to another cities after show, and yeah, we will tell, we will review them in social media later. Yeah, and it's like a place to another place. Is there a response to this place? Actually, it's very fun that some people really respond to each exhibition and give us feedback, and may send us an invitation to a place they know in another city. The burning issue is one. The Freedom High, the collection, the Freedom High collections exhibition is another one that we really that we hardly think of, that it can like touring the world through this way, but it is, but it was, yeah. So that's the end of the burning issues. So what's the
the pandemic is still here.
The pandemic is still here.
And then we still cannot go to book fairs. And what can we do?
But the Hong Kong one, we can see.
What can we do?
Maybe we do some other things to connect to each other, like through the online media.
Because we are so miss each other, to see each other, and we are up to now we're still like here, you and us, watching the screen, hearing us speaking, and then through this two-dimensional space. And so we think of how can we not stopping us to keep telling people how to make scenes, or also by the chance of when everybody staying indoor, how can we still keep telling stories about scene making? And there are still many things to tell. And I think during the quarantine, this space of isolation, we should still make good use of the time and space and technologies, which can help us to make connections with the audiences.
Yeah.
And then we came up the Isolation Club, which is an online platform, channel, video channels, and then a podcast. And that we are lucky to get supported by the
by the
Hong Kong.
local.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Hong Kong Arts Development Council.
Yeah, we are very lucky that they support us to do this.
Well, we actually have been chit-chatting many times that, okay, should we do YouTube to teach people how to make scenes, or talk about, getting our scene friends to talk about making scenes, but we never really do it, because besides we are very busy, and also we need resources. So this is a chance is giving us like the right time, because we're all indoor, because we all have to be kept and working hard in front of the in front of a computer. And so yeah.
So it may be a
make
good
this
time,
happen.
Yeah, for this to happen.
Yeah, and I think the other challenge that we have is that during the journey that we are collecting the scenes, in the past, especially in the past 2 years, we were not particularly focused on the political topics, but things just like came up, because scenes are such a good medium for people to like tell their stories from the perspective. And it's also a challenge, or like maybe a discussion platform for what is freedom of speech. So Another challenge is also the establishment of the national security law in Hong Kong. It makes us or our fellow scene makers work more challenging. So this iZine Nation Club platform and project is also a documentary of our fellow makers during the difficult times, no matter in the pandemic, and also the tightening of our freedom of expression, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe that's the end of our presentation. So here are how you could
Follow up.
yeah, follow us on social media. You can donate your zines to our collection. As we mentioned, the Burning Issues is an ongoing collection of both print and digital submissions. We also welcome any light works. Like we don't only collect political items.
No.
Yeah, and then you can purchase at our shop. We also have our page on the Printer Matter website. And then we also welcome any forum and any opportunities to collaborate. So follow us on social media, DM us. Yeah, stay in touch. Do you have any last message to our audience?
Please follow us.
Okay, yeah, see you around. I think you can find us in our the chat function in the website while this video is showcasing.
Find us
So
if we ever get a chance to take the flight in Hong Kong.
okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
See you.